start in a nice quadruped. So hands and knees. Hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips. And as always, knees are about hips width apart. I'm just going to start with a nice cat and cow. So I'm trying to really arch my spine up to the sky and then slowly, slowly, slowly lower it down. Getting that nice spinal mobility, waking up our back a little bit. So we're going to start with some nice warm-ups before we dive into our morning. As always, if this kind of flexion and extension doesn't really feel good for your back, you're always welcome to wiggle those hips side to side, get that lateral movement in. Make sure you can bend those arms a little bit. Perfect. Take nice deep inhales and exhales. Now for this next one, I'm going to come into a nice neutral spine, a nice flat back. And to keeping the spine as neutral as possible, I'm going to focus on my shoulder blades, of lifting those shoulder blades up to the sky and then lowering my shoulder blades down to the floor. So your back is going to move a little bit, the spinal column, but I really want to try to bring that awareness to just my shoulders and really feeling those shoulder blades press and squeeze together as they lower to the earth and then expand and move away from one another as they lift up to the sky. And like I said, your back is going to move a little bit, but we want to keep it as neutral as possible for this first little part. Kind of warm that up. We will be kneading these shoulders today. We want to make sure they're nice and warmed up. Perfect. We need 2 more of those. It's a nice little lift and lower, lift and lower. Perfect. From here, again, come into that neutral spine, neutral hips. I'm going to curl my toes under. With my toes curled under, I'm going to take a nice deep inhale. And as I exhale, just knee hover up. And you can either A, hold this knee hover, or you can take that break of setting down and lifting back up, kind of doing little pulses. We're not going to live here forever. We're just going to hang out here for kind of 8. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set those knees down. If you need to, go back to those cat-cows, or if you prefer a child's pose, that's fine. Maybe shake those wrists out. Sometimes we have little angry wrists, especially during this morning when we're doing our warm-ups. If you want to come down onto those forearms, feel free. And some of us have little wrist ouchies. So now let's take that up a notch. So I'm going to come back to my quadruped. So back on my hands and knees, curl the toes under, take a nice deep inhale, exhale, knee hover up, walk the left foot back, walk the right foot back. Now I'm going to plant. If this is as far as you'd like to go this morning while we're warming up, just stay here. Otherwise, just give me some nice mountain climbers of pulling one knee into my chest and setting it down and going to the other side. Place one and then the other. Nice and easy peasy this morning. And we're just going to do 4 more of these. So 4 and 3 and 2, last one, and then again step on in. And if you need to, see them as a child's pose or cat-cow. Wiggle the hips, downward dog, whatever feels good for you in your body. If you need to, give those wrists a little shake, shake, shake. Perfect. All right, don't worry, these are our warm-up planks. So plenty more planks in your day. Okay, now let's start stretching out the legs and the hips. So if I come back to my quadruped, curl my toes under, nice deep inhale, exhale, knee hover up, step the left leg back, step the right leg back. Now I'm going to bring my right leg as far forward as I can and plant this leg in the ground. From here, I can drop my back knee, so my left knee, to the floor and try to come up into what's kind of a funky lunge position. If you need to for balance, you can keep your hands on the floor, or if you'd like, your hands can be on your thigh. But I really want 2 things to happen. The first, my right knee is stretching forward as far as it can, and my left hip is pressing down to the floor as far as I can. Just take a nice deep inhale, deep exhale, and I'm going to put both of my hands on the ground if I can. From here, I'm just going to lift my right arm and rotate right as far as I can. Ideally, my gaze is following. This wherever our eyes go, our chest wants to follow. And then I'll come back to center. Now this next one, when we rotate left, you're probably not going to get a lot of air time, so that's okay. So I'm going to lift this left arm and try to rotate left. Probably not going to feel as elegant and graceful as the other side, and that's okay. Come back down, and then again, go back to the right. So we got last time on the right. I stretch and reach, feeling that nice opening and twisting and rotating our thoracic spine. Come back down, plant the right hand down so you can rotate left. And again, when we rotate left, it's probably not going to feel as awesome as it did to the right, but we're still getting that nice little counter stretch. Beautiful. From here, plant both hands down. Now I'm going to curl my left toes under, lift that back leg up, and let's swap legs. So send my right leg back to my plank and bring the left leg forward, setting the right knee down. And again, if I can, coming on up into this kind of deep, lungy stretch situation. Again, the same principle applies. The left knee is pressing forward as far as I can, away from my body. But now my right hip bone is what's pushing down to the floor, really stretching and opening up the front of the leg and the hip flexors. If you sit a lot, this area right here is probably super tight, and that's okay. That's why we're stretching. From here, I'm going to bring those hands down to the floor if I can. And now let's try rotating left. So planting the right hand down, rotating left. Again, my gaze is following up to the ceiling towards my left hand. Getting that lovely stretch. Come back to center. Now plant the left hand on the ground and rotate right. Again, this is the one that doesn't really feel all that elegant and graceful, but that's okay. We're doing the best we can. Bring my right hand back down to the floor and again, rotate left. So we're rotating, reaching, stretching up. Getting that lovely rotation of the thoracic spine. Bring that hand back down and give me one more to the right. Again, this one doesn't feel as elegant as the other side, but we're still just opening up that thoracic cavity. Coming on down, if you can, plant both hands to the ground. Nice deep inhale, exhale, lift that right leg up so the left leg can go back. Now we're in this plank position again. I'm going to then bring my right leg back forward. However, I'm going to plant this to where now my right leg is load bearing and bring my left leg out to the side. So I look something like this. From here, I'm going to go ahead and just sink down as far as I can. So my left leg is ballpark along the side of my body, and this inner thigh pelvic floor is pushing down. Again, my right leg is load bearing, and my hands are helping to ease that tension as well. Perfect. So I'm just getting that lovely deep stretch through this left side of the body. Now from here, again, right leg is load bearing. I'm going to start to walk my hands towards my left knee, still keeping my left hip bone pointed forward. And again, just trying to stretch out my body. If you're bendy and you can grab that left leg, feel free and just use it to try to lower your nose to the floor. Unless you're super duper flexible, it's not going to happen. But again, we're just trying to visualize what that looks like to try to help our body stay in that form as we just lower down. Take some nice deep inhales, deep exhales, and then slowly start to walk your hands back to near the right knee. From here, if you can, try to come down onto your forearms or as low as you can, and just again, let that stretch happen. You're probably going to start to feel the back of the right calf stretch out. Might start to talk to you a little bit, and that's okay. We're just again stretching that out in addition to this inner thigh. From here, come back up onto your hands like a little frog. Bring that leg in, and then send the right leg out. So since my space is narrow, I'm going to move. Perfect. So now my right leg is out, again in line with my spine, and my left leg is now load bearing. So hopefully now we can start to feel that difference of this inner thigh and pelvic floor pressing down to the ground and getting that lovely stretch. Don't worry if it feels weird. We typically don't stretch like this on a daily basis. Now taking my hands, I'm going to walk them towards now my right knee while this right hip points forward away from the body. Perfect. So again, if you are bendy, you're more than welcome to grab this ankle or this leg as we try to bring nose to floor as best we can. Again, for most of us, and myself included, that's not going to happen today. But again, that visualization can sometimes help get that good form. Just taking some nice deep inhales, deep exhales. If I can, I'm going to use my hands to walk back towards my left knee. Again, still feeling that sinking and pressing down of the right leg. And if you can, come down onto your forearms. Again, this isn't the most graceful stretching series, but it's still really good for opening up the back of the body and the legs. Now, again, this might be where you start to feel that Achilles tendon, the back of the calf talking, in addition to our inner thigh and pelvic floor. And that's perfect for stretching all those muscles out. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale. Now the little frog, bring both legs in. So I'm kind of in this little deep squat situation. I'm going to put my elbows inside my knees and just very gently press them apart. So now I'm stretching both inner thighs and pelvic floor simultaneously. Your heels are hopefully on the ground. If you have tight Achilles tendons, they might be up a little bit, and that's okay. I'm trying to bring my booty as close to the ground as possible while gently pressing those legs wide. Hang out here for just a second. Slowly release. Beautiful. Now the tricky part, my right leg is going to go in front. The left leg is still load bearing, but now my right leg is in front of the body. And I'm just going to try to melt forward, trying to bring my nose to my knee or to my shin, depending on how bendy I am. The arms can still be load bearing, again for balance. And my left leg is helping to take a lot of the burden off the right as I stretch forward. Hopefully now we're starting to feel a lot of that hamstring, the back of the calf, so this kind of bottom of the leg while we stretch forward. Take a nice deep inhale, exhale, pull the right leg back. So I'm back to that deep squat. And now, of course, go to the left. Now my left leg comes forward, right leg and hands are load bearing. And my left heel is doing a little bit of pressure, but not much. It's just enjoying this stretch as I bring my nose to my knee, to my shin, or if it's easier to aim for the floor, that's fine. We're just coming down as far as we can, getting that lovely stretch through the back of the leg. Nice deep inhale, deep exhale. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Again, right leg is load bearing, so are the hands. And then I'm going to come up, leaving my left foot where it's at. My hands are now going to walk outside the right hip, and I'm going to let my right leg twist with it. So I'm back in that kind of side lunge position. From here, my hands are going to be directly in front of my hips, and I'm going to put pressure into my left foot so that I can stretch this right leg out and come into a version of the splits. It's okay if those knees need to be bent, and it's okay if, like me, those hips will never touch the floor. So just again, stretching out those inner thighs. Nice deep inhale, deep exhale. Again, hands are very load bearing in this situation. And I'm going to bend the knees and come back to my quadruped and sink into a child's pose. Because, oh my goodness, that was an event. So you just stretch out if you need to. You can sway side to side, right to left, left to right, or just stretch out in that child's pose for a minute. Beautiful. From here, I'm going to slowly stack my spine up until I'm on my knees in this like kneeling position. If this doesn't feel good for your body, feel free to find a way to sit that does feel good. From here, I'm going to find our prop if we're using one today. So I'm going to use the magic circle just so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing, but feel free to use hand weights or just your hands. It can accomplish the same goal. So from here, I'm going to start with my magic circle in front of my chest. Take a nice deep inhale as I sit up tall, shoulders back, and as I exhale, squeeze. So the way you can do this with your hand weights is squeezing those hands together. Maybe your knuckles touch, or maybe the dumbbells touch one another, and then release. If you don't have anything and you're just using your hands, the next time you press together, press your hands together hard, and then release. So as we're pressing, we're feeling our pectorals, we're feeling our shoulders, and we're feeling our upper arms start to kick on and release. I like using the magic circle because you can see it move. So it's a little bit better visualization of what's happening. So exhale, squeeze, 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 and release. Beautiful. Exhale, squeeze, 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 and release. Oh, beautiful. A lot of you have magic circles. Never mind. Give me 3 more. Exhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Release. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Release. Okay, let's just do 1 more. Squeeze, 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 and release. Beautiful. So now that we have the basic move down, let's add on. So now, nice deep inhale. The next time I squeeze those hands together, pause, hold this squeeze, and then send the arms out in front of you. Pull them back in, and then release. So let's try that again. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Send those arms out in front. Pull them back in, and then release. The arms will probably not go all the way out. Because if the arms go all the way out, can you see how my shoulders popped out of socket, my upper back rounded? So it's okay if there's still a little bit of a bend in those elbows as I squeeze, extend, pull back in, and release. That's a-okay. So squeeze, pressing all the way out, really getting into those pecs now. Pull all the way in and release. We'll just do 2 more. Keep it short and sweet. All the way out, back in, release. Press all the way out, back in, release. Beautiful. If you need to, shake those shoulders a little bit. All right. Now for this next one, again, that base move of squeeze and release still applies. Nice deep inhale, exhale, squeeze, but now I'm gonna rotate to the left. Come back to center and then release. The next time I squeeze, squeeze, squeeze into my magic circle, I'm gonna rotate right, back to center, release. So hopefully as we're squeezing and rotating, you're starting to feel one side talk and be more active than the other. So for example, when I rotate right, I'm feeling more of my right side than my left. And then when I squeeze and rotate left, I'm feeling more of the left than the right. Beautiful. So squeeze, rotate right, back to center, release. Give me 1 more on either side, and then we can move on. So go to the left, to the center, release, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Go to the right, to the center, and release. Perfect. All right. So now for this next one, my magic circle is going to come overhead. So if you have hand weights, again, trying to just press into one another and then release. So you can press in and release. Or if we just have our hands, press those hands together and release. Press those hands together and release. Again, getting this chest, upper body, arm situation just a little bit different than before. Working all those little muscles in the upper body. You'll probably start to feel your back more now too, because now we're incorporating back muscles. So give me 3 more. Squeeze, 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 release. Squeeze, 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 release. And of course, squeeze, 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 release. Beautiful. Bring it down. If you need to, shake it out. Excellent. Now for this next one, if you have hand weights, I want you to take just your right hand and give me some side lat raises. For those of us with my magic circle, I'm going to press the magic circle against my hip, my right hip and my right hand, and squeeze in. The shoulder is still down and back as I squeeze in and out. So I'm still working these same muscles. My range of motion and movement is just going to be different than if I have a dumbbell. So again, magic circle, I'm just squeezing in and out. If I have a hand weight or no weight, I'm just going to lift and lower that arm, still keeping the shoulder down and back and the arm in line with my spine. So if I look over my right shoulder, my arm is in line with my body instead of out in front. So hopefully we can kind of see that difference. We'll do 3 more. So lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. Beautiful. Now I'm going to change position a little bit. is I'm going to bring my magic circle behind me. If you have your hand weights, bring your hand weights behind you. And again, just trying to squeeze together and release. So for those of us that are sitting cross-legged, might be a little easier to come onto your knees. But again, the same principle applies, either with both hands or just your hand weights. Squeeze together and release. Now we're feeling lots of back of the arms, lots of shoulders activate. So a little less chest, more back side of the body. Perfect. And we're just going to do 2 more of these because these are funky. They're kind of hard to figure out. After my last one, I'm going to try to straighten my arms as much as I can while still holding whatever prop of choice and just lift and lower those arms. So just lift and lower. If you're looking to get a little more tension out of your day, you're more than welcome to squeeze the hands together, whether that be with your magic circle, with your hand weights as you lift and lower to get a little more intensity. But now we're just trying to work on that shoulder girdle mobility and range of motion. We don't typically lift our arms behind our body like this, so that's why it feels weird, but this is actually really good for functional mobility in your everyday life next time you need to reach forward or overhead. So give me 2 more. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Beautiful. Now we're going to go to the left side. Again, if you have just a hand weight, I'm just going to lift and lower just to shoulder height in my little lat raise. For those of us with the magic circle, it's going to go on my left hip, my left arm, and then pressing my left hand towards my left hip. So again, the shoulder is still back in either scenario. My core is still on. I'm still sitting up tall, whether I'm on my knees, cross-legged, or however you've chosen to sit. But I'm just getting these side muscles a little bit better. As I squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Again, if I have hand weights or no weight, it's just going to look like this. Especially if you're not using the magic circle as a tactile cue. Every once in a while, you just might want to peek over that left shoulder to make sure that the arm is in line with the shoulder and not sneaking forward. That's super common for this. The arm will slowly start to come in front as opposed to out to the side. Give me 3 more. So 3, and 2, and 1. Set it down. If you have hand weights, if you can come into a low kneel, hand weights, set those off to the side. And if I'm just using my hands, I'm going to put my fingertips lightly on the floor and just give myself a nice cat-cow. So the hands are again that tactile cue to help me find that articulation of the upper body. If you have a magic circle, you can still put your fingertips on the ground, or you can use the magic circle to help you get a little bit more vertical of a cat-cow, depending on what feels good for your body, especially our back and our low back, because so many of us have problematic or grumpy low backs, myself included, unfortunately. Beautiful. Go ahead and give me 2 more of these. All the way up and down, all the way up and down. Perfect. All right. Now I'm going to come onto my booty and my legs are going to be straight. For those of us with a magic circle, I'm going to loop the magic circle under the arches of my feet. My hands are going to grab the inside, and I'm just going to gently pull my spine straight and then relax and round forward. For those of us without a magic circle, you can do the exact same thing by grabbing your calves or your knees, kind of depending on how bendy you are. And I'm just going to use my hands to pull my back straight and then release forward. So pulling the back straight and releasing forward. And it'll look just a little bit different depending on if we're using the magic circle or not. And that's okay. Both are absolutely correct. Perfect. So we're just going to do 2 more of these. So pulling and sitting up straight and then flexing forward. Pulling and sitting up straight and then forward. Perfect. For now, we'll just set that bad boy off to the side if we're using any kind of prop. I'm still going to sit with my legs straight. And if I can, I'm going to dorsiflex the feet. It's okay if your body says, no, I don't like dorsiflexion. From here, I'm going to lift my right leg. And again, if you can, keeping the leg as straight as possible, use both hands to grab wherever you can on this leg to keep it straight, but also feel a nice stretch. So my goal is I'm trying to lift this leg as high as I can using not only my leg muscles, but my upper body muscles. So I'm trying to really get my toes to the ceiling. And again, my left foot can stay dorsiflex or pointed, whatever feels good. I'm just trying to bring that leg up to get a nice little stretch. And hopefully, again, we're feeling the back of the leg. From here, my right hand is going to have a nice grip. My left hand is going to detach itself and come around behind my body so that I can rotate and look over my left shoulder. I'm looking over my left shoulder. Maybe if you've got family or a pet nearby, you can give them a little wave. And then I come back to center. My left hand will grab that right leg so I can detach the right hand and rotate to the right. Again, looking over my right shoulder. Getting that lovely stretch, still trying to pull this leg up while I rotate. Come back to center. Right hand again grabs this foot so the left can detach. And then again, putting it behind me on the floor, will I look over my left shoulder for this final time on this side. That lovely rotation. Come back to center to again detach the right for my final rotation to the right. Getting that nice stretch. From here, come back to center. If balance is not your strong suit, the right hand is going to touch the right foot, and the left hand is going to go on the floor beside you as I open that right foot out to the right. So I'm pushing my right leg to the right, still pulling it up to the sky, but again getting that nice stretch sideways. From here, bring the leg in, cross it over. Again, if balance isn't your jam, the right hand can come behind you or beside you on the floor while I pull and stretch my right leg to the left now. Again, still trying to lift it to the sky as much as I can before bringing it back to center, releasing that leg slowly down. And then let's try on the other side. So again, right leg is straight. We're gonna lift this left leg up. Again, grab it with both hands. Here, I'll move so you can see a little bit better. There we go. And again, I'm trying to keep my left leg as straight as possible while both hands and the leg itself pull up to the sky. Perfect. And it's okay if your leg needs to bend. So sometimes the legs get grumpy and they don't like being fully straight. So we'll work with what our body has today. So we just lift, 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 lift. Get that lovely stretch. Perfect. From here, again, I'm going to detach now my left hand, bring it behind me, look over my left shoulder, while again, I'm actively pulling and stretching this leg up as high as I can. Again, come back to center. Now my left hand grabs the left foot, and the right hand goes behind me as I look over my right shoulder. And one direction is probably going to feel a lot better than the other. And that's why we practice Pilates, to get that nice symmetry, so eventually both sides will feel good. Come back to center. Again, the right hand is going to grasp that left leg. The left hand detaches, and I rotate and look behind me. That lovely stretch. Nice deep inhales, deep exhales. Come back to center for our final time to the right. So again, just opening that leg and lifting it to the sky while I look behind me. Doing that lovely stretch. Come back to center. Now again, if balance is not your strong suit, the right hand will go beside me while my left arm and leg open and pull out to the side. If you can do it with both arms, that's fine. You don't need the right one. Perfect. Nice deep inhales. Deep exhales. But now my right hand is going to come over, grab this left foot, and bring it across my body towards the right. Again, that left hand can counterbalance you, but hopefully you're feeling this lovely stretch. Again, this leg is very active. It's actively pointing and pressing across the body while my right hand helps guide and give it that extra little bit of stretch. Nice deep inhale, deep exhale. Slowly bring that leg forward and down. Again, if we can try to dorsiflex the feet, if not, that's fine. My arms are going to go forward at about shoulder height. Take a nice deep inhale. As I exhale, I'm just diving and rounding forward as as far as I can. Just stretching those arms. Your upper arm is probably going to be about ear or chin level as I stretch, stretch, stretch. Nice deep inhale and exhale, stack that spine up one vertebrae at a time. And then from here, we're going to dive forward again. Just diving forward. Nice deep inhales, exhale, and stack that spine up all the way one at a time. Beautiful. From here, we're going to lay on down. Bend those knees, feet flat on the ground, hips in neutral, and just give me a little bit of a hip wall here. I'm going to move from neutral into imprint and back, just kind of warming up that lower abdominal, lower back area, that lumbar spine. If you need to, you can rock those knees side to side. We're about ready to do some bridges, but I just want to make sure that low back is super warmed up since so many of us have low back ouchies. So from here, come back to neutral. Make sure our shoulder blades are down and back. Take a nice deep inhale. And as I exhale, bridge up. You're more than welcome to hinge or articulate, whatever feels good. And slowly come back down. Perfect. So we're just bridging all the way up and all the way back down. Again, hinge, articulate, whatever feels good for you and your body. Up and down. And we're just going to do 3 more of these. Nice and simple as we ease into our day. Up and down. Perfect. All the way up and down. And this is our last one. All the way up and down. Of course, if you need to, you can rock those knees side to side, hug them into your chest. Perfect. Now, if that's as far as you want to go today, keep bridging. Just bridge to your heart's content and ignore everything I'm about to say. So, take a nice deep inhale, exhale. The next time I bridge up, I'm going to pause and moving just to the right heel, I'm going to lift and lower the right heel. I'm still in my bridge. Both legs are active, but now I'm just lifting and lowering the right heel. I'm just going to do 4 more. So this is 4, this is 3, this is 2, and this is 1. Set that right bridge all the way down. Now find your center again. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, bridge up. And now using just the left leg, I'm going to lift and lower the left heel. Again, keeping those hips nice and level. Keeping the knees still. And again, just lifting and lowering left heel. Perfect. Don't worry, we're not going to live here forever. We're going to do 4 more of these. So that was 4. This is 3. This is 2. And last one. Perfect. Set that heel down. Come all the way down. If you need to, shake it side to side. Stretch it out. All right. Now we'll inhale. Exhale, bridge up. Pause. Lift the right heel. Set it down. Lift the left heel. Set it down. So I'm just alternating. My heel lifts and lowers. If you'd like, you can lift one heel, set it all the way down, and then lift the other heel. Or if you would like, try to have those heels pass each other as they lift and lower. It might take a little more coordination, a little more timing. So if that's not something that's good for you today, just set it all the way down and then do the other. Or try to just alternate and keep those heels passing by one another. Beautiful. Now let's just do 4 more of these. Keep it nice and easy. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Set both heels down and come down. Perfect. If you need to, again, rock it out, shake it out. Perfect. All right. You probably know where we're going with this. So as soon as you're ready, both feet flat on the ground. Again, bridge up. Now if it feels good for your body, lift both heels up. Set both heels down. Both up. Both down. Excellent. Again, if you want it to be a little harder, try not to set those heels all the way down on the floor. So come down to just a hover before lifting them back up. Again, if that doesn't feel good for you, ignore what I just said and set those heels all the way down before lifting them back up. Perfect. Let's just do 4 more. So 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Set both heels down, bridge down. Let's go ahead and hug those knees to our chest and rock our head side to side. Because again, sometimes we get focused, especially for us ladies. Our neck loves to kick on and start getting all nice and tense. So just stretch it out. Perfect. From
here, we're going to set both feet down on the ground, but don't worry, we're bridged out for our day. I'm going to tuck my chin slightly and then send my arms up to the sky. Take a nice deep inhale. As I exhale, just chest lift up and down. If for any reason when you chest lift, you're not able to keep that neck nice and relaxed, you're more than welcome to put the hands behind the head to support, but just make sure that the hands are supporting and not tugging. Because if they start tugging on the neck, that's when we get into the potential for injury. Perfect. But now we've all chest lifted before. So the next time I chest lift up, I'm going to pause and pump the arms 3 times before coming down. If your hands are behind your head, I want you to pump those elbows 3 times and come down. So again, you have 2 versions, pumping either the elbows or the arms. And when I'm pumping the arms, rather than just kind of loosey-goosey flap the arms, I want to make sure that I'm imagining that I'm pushing through something sticky, something thick, like honey or molasses, something with some resistance to it. That way I can really start to activate these muscles in the arms, the shoulder, and the back. So I know, again, as silly as it sounds, sometimes that little visualization can help make the difference for us. Perfect. We're just going to do one more and then take a little breather. So come all the way up, pump, 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 and come down. Again, if you need to, you can hug the knees to the chest, rock them side to side, or rock the knees side to side with the feet on the ground, whatever feels good for you. Just making sure that neck is relaxed as much as possible. Perfect. But now, let's take it up a notch. So, if I can, my right leg is going to come into tabletop, and I'm going to glue this leg into position, so it's not going to move on me at all. Arms wherever you need them, and again, chest lift up for my 3 pumps, and then come down. Chest lift up for my 3 pumps, and down. Don't worry, we won't live here forever, because we have that other leg to do. So give me one more. Come up and pump, 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 down. Now I can set the right foot down, bring the left leg up, glue it into cement so it's not moving. Chest lift up, pump, pump, pump. Come on down. Chest lift up, pump, pump, pump. Come on down. And again, up, pump, pump, pump. Give me one more. And down. So chest lift up, pump, pump, pump. And down. Beautiful. Again, shake it out if you need to. You probably know where we're going with this. So if it feels good for your body, I'm going to bring both legs up to tabletop. If the answer to that is no, you can go back to every other one or both feet on the ground. So keep those legs nice and still. Inhale, exhale, chest lift up, pump, 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 and down. Inhale, exhale, up, pump, 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 and down. Let's just do 2 more. Chest lift up, pump, 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 and down. Last one. Inhale, exhale, up, pump, 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 and down. If you need to, again, hug those knees to your chest. Otherwise, I'm going to slowly start to roll over onto my side and come back to our quadruped. So again, I promised you more planks at the beginning of the day. So from here on my hands and knees, I'm going to go back to those cat-cows. So especially during chest lifts, our spine wasn't really all that mobile, so we just want to make sure it's stretched out. Again, if cat-cows don't really do it for you, you can rock the hips side to side, child's pose, downward dog, whatever feels good. Nice deep stretches, listening to that body. Perfect. Now for today's planks, we're going to divide your body in half. And for the first set of planks, everything's going to happen on one side of the body and just that one side. Since I'm facing this direction, we're going to start with the left leg. So I'm going to set my hands down, curl my toes under, nice deep inhale, exhale, knee hover up, step both legs back. Now with just the left leg, give me those mountain climbers that we did earlier in the day. So I'm just bringing that left knee in and out, in and out. Beautiful. And just breathing. Give me 3 more. So 3 and 2 and 1. And then you can set yourself down, go into a child's pose. If you need to for these planks, you're more than welcome to come onto your forearms rather than your hands if your wrists are getting a little grumpy. So, perfect. Now, we're still not done with this left side of the body. So forget about the right for a bit. Shake it out, stretch it out, oh, whatever feels good for you. Come back to your quadruped, curl those toes under. Take a nice deep inhale, exhale, knee hover up, walk both feet out. But now I'm gonna bring my left knee in, keep it bent, and give me little fire hydrants. Opening that knee out and in, out and in. Beautiful. And again, we're not gonna live here forever. So let's just do 4 more. So 4, 3, 2, and last one. Set that leg long, bend the knees, and come on down. Perfect. Just shake it out, stretch it out, whatever you feel like you need. Maybe one of these, little reaches. That's fine. Just give yourself a little taste of the wiggles. We just have 1 more left. Again, it's going to be on the left leg, but then we'll be done with that side and can switch to the right. So come back to my quadruped, hands and knees, curl the toes under, nice deep inhale. Exhale, knee hover up, walk both feet back. Now I'm going to bend my left leg and give me little donkey kicks. So I'm bringing my heel up to the sky and down. Beautiful. Just up and down. You can dorsiflex or pointer flex, whatever feels good. You need 3 more. So 3, 2, 1. Extend that leg out, but now I'm just going to come all the way down onto my stomach. Whatever way feels good for you and your body. Perfect. I'm going to stretch my arms out in front of me, as odd as that sounds. Keeping the shoulders still down and back in their socket. Taking a nice deep inhale, a nice exhale. And with my next inhale, try to lift up. Your hands are going to kind of slide across the floor as you come up into a modified swan. And then exhale all the way down. Or really, however you want to breathe to get up and down. So as long as you're breathing, I'm a happy camper. My hips are in neutral, my core is active, and makes I'm talking and breathing. But also, for you all, that belly button is pulling up through the sky at all times. And my toes, as weird as it sounds, my toenails are actually pushing down into the floor, keeping my posterior chain active to help protect my low back. Perfect. The next time I come down, you need to shake it out, give yourself a taste of the wiggles. And I'm going to move my arms wide. So I kind of look like a giant letter T with my arms stretching to opposite walls. Now, if you can, try to press your palms into the floor as you swan up and down. Probably going to be a lot less height here as we come up and down. And that's okay. We're asking our back body to work harder on its own without a lot of the addition of the arms to support us. Perfect. Now, if this is as far as you want to go, stay here and just keep lifting up and down using those hands to push and help. Otherwise, the next time you come all the way down, hover those arms off the floor in my T and then come up and down. So I'm hovering the arms at all times in my T, and now my back body is doing all the heavy lifting on its own as I come up and down. Perfect. Well, let's do 2 more and then we'll take a break. All the way up and down, all the way up and down. Perfect. Shake it out if you need to. If that felt like too much, you can go back to something more normal, like a little sphinx, the swans we did earlier. But we're going to try to add on. So feel free to follow along if it feels good. Arms back out, hover, inhale. I like to exhale as I come up. Hold this position and give me 2 arm circles in my T before coming back down. So all the way up, circle, circle, and then down. All the way up, circle, circle, and down. Give me 2 more and then we'll be done. Come all the way up, circle, circle, all the way down. Last one. All the way up, circle, circle, and come down. You need to shake it out, stretch it out. Just move that body however it feels good. Now my hands are going to come under my shoulders. Curl those toes under.
Press into the hands, the knees, and the toes to come back to that quadruped. And give me some more cat-cows, hip wiggles, whatever feels good for you and your body. Again, we weren't really moving our spine too much, so I want to make sure we have heavy backs as we go into our Saturday. And if you'd like, I'm also teaching the 11 o'clock class today, so if you want to take an hour for a little breather, grab a cup of coffee, and come back, we'll do something totally different. All right, so now we're going to focus on that right leg, so the leg that we haven't worked yet. In my neutral spine of my quadruped, curl the toes under, nice deep inhale, exhale, knee cover up, walk both legs back. Now just using the right leg, bring it in and out for those mountain climbers. So in and out. If bringing this knee in and out doesn't feel good, you can bring it into a knee hover and back out. So in and out if it feels better for you and your body. 2 more. In, out, and then of course come on down and shake it out, whatever feels good for you and your body. So just stretch it out. Again, if you need to, come down onto those forearms. You don't have to be on those wrists if it's bothering you. Perfect. All right, so shake, shake, shake. Just think, we have 2 more on the right leg, and we're done with planks for the day. Just everyone's favorite sentence in class. So let's come back to my quadruped. Hands or forearms, curl the toes under, deep inhale, exhale, knee cover up, walk both feet back. Now bring this right leg into tabletop and go ahead and give me those fire hydrants out to the side of lifting and lowering, lifting and lowering. 3 more. So 1 and 2 and 3. Set that leg back to a plank. Back to the quadruped, and again, just stretch out whatever feels good for you. So this is your opportunity. Just listen to your body, whatever might be a little grumpy as we draw to a close. Don't worry, 1 more plank. Again, I'm just going to be on the right side, and then we're planked out. So stretch. Come back to my quadruped, hands and knees. Curl the toes under. Nice deep inhale. Exhale. Come back to my plank, bend that right foot up, and give me those donkey kicks. So up, and down. Again, you don't have to dorsiflex that right foot if you don't want to. Just whatever feels good. 3 more. So 3, and 2, and 1. Set that leg long, come back to your knees, and stretch. We did it. Planks are done for the day. Thank goodness. For everyone but me, because it's my favorite part of the day. So again, just stretch out, rejoice, no more planks. Again, just whatever that body feels like it needs. Maybe shake those wrists out if they're feeling grumpy. And then very slowly, since we've been on the mat the entire time, we're going to come up to standing. So you can do that however you want. If you need to use the wall, you've got a prop handy, that's fine. We're just going to come up to standing. I'm going to stand nice and tall, feet under my hips. Stretch my arms up overhead. And then exhale, just dive forward like I'm diving over a beach ball, letting my head hang heavy and relaxing those muscles in the neck. From here, I'm going to shake my head yes, shake it no. You need to give those arms a little shake, shake the shoulders, shake side to side, stretch out our sides a little bit in that trunk. Shake your booty. You need to prance those legs or bend and extend both legs. Whatever feels like your body might be needing right now. Stretch, get out. Perfect. And then as soon as you're ready, I'm going to bring these legs straight or as straight as possible. Take a nice deep inhale. And as I exhale, try to stack my spine up 1 vertebrae at a time, with my head being the final piece to come up. One final good